I find it disturbing and real sad about this situation. So, Antioch, Tennessee, a Waffle House, four employees were killed, two were injured, and by the suspect named Travis Ranking. And looking on his history, he had a history of just unlawful arrests. And back in 2017, in July, based on the research, man, he wanted to meet with President Donald Trump. And his whole thing was to find a way to meet with him, saying, I work for this particular CIA agency or this organization. They checked him up and noticed that he was a fraud, and you could have been doing anything to try to hurt the government official. And so he was arrested. And he was later released earlier that year because of community service hours. Now, he worked under construction, did a construction site for a year, then he got fired, and he recently moved, because he's from Illinois, he recently moved to Tennessee, okay, and worked for another construction company, but he left his job on Tuesday. I think it was like last week or so. And going more forward, he had AR-15s from his father. His father purchased an AR-15. Now his father may be accused of what his son did, because this can be all prevented. And my thing is, people having a way to purchase these assault rifles that you don't citizens should not obtain. But he came, to agreement. He decided to shoot up this freaking Waffle House at 3:25 a.m. Now, the bright side, I want to say this, is that not too many people got injured or killed, by a courageous act, Mr. I was gonna say James Shaw Jr. He was 29 years of age when the dude just came in. And he had to reload. He hurried up and rushed him, and he threw this gun off the balcony, wrestled him down, and the suspect ran, which is a great thing. That's a good, courageous act, my brother. People call him a hero. He's a hero in my book. It's still unfortunate that some people lost their lives, man. Just ones all the under age of 30, man, just living their lives and just working, and they didn't have no type of incentive. They didn't know that, hey, I was gonna get killed today by the suspect. I mean, they was might get their last paycheck or get their paycheck and move forward. Some of them probably have families and ambitions and goals. And we live in a time where people are just lost, man. And it's very difficult. I don't know if Travis Ranking had a mindset of, or I know, influenza, or he was just saying like, I'm fed up with my life, or I'm gonna be known. Because you have an individual who's complaining, who's making things in his life, is planning things to meet the president, okay, and lying about it, having audacity to do that. And on top of that, you say, what, I'm gonna use the AR-15, and I'm gonna get noticed. I'm gonna get, I don't care if I get killed. I want people to remember me, what I done, and then I'm gonna create an impactful thing in this world, as far as through violence. And they feel like that's some type of reward or some type of legacy that they will be implemented in, and people will respect them, compared to someone like, oh, well, let me just get this 9 to 5, or let me work at McDonald's or a UPS store, let me own a couple franchises, let me go to school for political science, become a politician, take the bar exam. I mean, people don't want to go through the narrow gate. What I noticed, and the gate is broad and it leads to destruction. Many enter through it. It's biblical. And I still think about the Florida shooting. They may give him the death penalty because Florida has it. And the gentleman, he was carrying the rifle. He shot up a lot of kids, and his name is trending all over the news. And as I get into film, and I'm just thinking about a lot of things, like just you want to write about people. I just don't worry about people that's just the average Joe, man, and that gets overlooked, because I don't want to give this man any clout or any type of recognition for what he has done, because this is like a huge copycat thing, and my condolences goes out to the whole family. But this whole gun control situation, there's many people that don't need guns, and they just using it for their own the best interest, they feel like. And a person, he could be depressed or anything that could have happened traumatic in his life, but it shouldn't affect the people around him, because you're lashing out because things are not going on in your life that you're unhappy with, and you're ungrateful. You're going to decide to kill a mass amount of people, or everyone's going to suffer because I'm suffering. And that's just completely wrong. And this is why I believe you always got to have your guard up at all times, man. This is a really sad situation. The Antioch, Tennessee. I mean, this can happen anywhere. I mean, 3:25 a.m. And this is why, it really motivates me because I would never take life for granted. After surviving a car accident and just hearing about my friend died earlier this year and he just turned 27. It is so many things that happens on a day-to-day basis. So when you wake up in the morning, you're automatically winning, and just go after what you need to do. Love your family and realize your talents and your gifts, kind of discover that and just work on it each and every single day while you have breath in your body, because life can be taken from you in this world. But I'm pretty sure, if they, I don't know if they're spiritual or anything, they're away from this matrix of life. That's just a beautiful part of it. That's the bright side of it. And they're probably in their throne, and they're spiritually ascending into the next level, because we only hear temporary, but it's really tough to just to go out like that, because those many individuals could impact the world later down the line. You know, they work at a Waffle House. You don't know if they could have been the next president, or they could have been somebody's husband or wife. That will actually help. Just put a good dent in it and make the society a little bit more greater by creating a family. And I think about all those things because once you kill an individual, you kill many generations. It's really sad. Just read an article about this. I'm glad they caught the suspect. Okay, this has been 35 hours after the incident happened, so they caught the suspect, and he may be facing death penalty, hopefully. But I don't know if Tennessee got it, but they may. But he should have some harsh charges on him. And I wish all of this could have been prevented based on his whole history. I mean, you lying just to see a politician. That's come on now. It's a sign. Then you purchase guns from the AR-15 from your father, or he gave it to you. This is what is there incentive? What kind of family background he has, and we have to question that. All this stuff starts at home, yo. It's a crazy world, but man, just really sad about this. But it's your boy Young Link Jr. here. That's my intake on the whole situation. Just keep your eyes open, praying. Perilous times, man. We in difficult messages, but just keep your eyes open. I'm out. Deuces.